In the eye of the storm, where the waves of the Crusades crashed against the shores of the East, a child was born in the fortress of Tikrit. He did not know that his first cry would one day become a shout of Allahu Akbar, shaking the walls of Jerusalem. He was the pupil who carried the trust, and the hero who fulfilled the promise. A man who ruled not by fear, but by character, who conquered hearts not with the sword, but with mercy. He is Al-Nasir Saladin Ayyubi, the leader who compelled King Richard the Lionheart of England to say, "If I must lose Jerusalem, I would rather lose it to no man but one of Saladin's nobility." How did this shy, book-loving young man become the nightmare of Crusader kingdoms? And how did he unite a nation torn by strife to reclaim its stolen dignity? Saladin did not seek power. Power sought him. He began his journey as a soldier in the army of his uncle, Shirkuh, sent by his mentor Nur ad-Din Zengi to save Egypt. There, in the land of the Nile, he displayed rare political genius. With wisdom, he united Egypt and Syria under one banner for the first time in centuries. When his mentor passed away, Saladin faced a heavy inheritance. He did not rush into war. Instead, he spent years building the home front. He believed that a hungry army or an oppressed people could never achieve victory. He built fortresses, schools, and reformed the judiciary, until his state became an impregnable castle from within before it was an offensive force from without. The year 1187 AD, the scorching desert sun witnessed the greatest clash of the Middle Ages. At the Battle of Hattin, Saladin set a brilliant trap for the Crusader armies. He cut off their water supplies and besieged them with military intelligence the likes of which history had never seen. While the fires of thirst and heat decimated the knights of Europe, Saladin managed the battle with the calm of the confident. The Crusader kingdoms fell that day, and their king and commanders were captured. But it was here that Saladin's true face appeared, the face that history would immortalize. When he entered Jerusalem as a victor, the world expected a bloodbath to avenge the victims of 90 years prior. But Saladin did what no other would. He pardoned everyone. He allowed Christians to leave in safety, even paying the ransom for the poor from his own wealth. That moment was the true conquest, the conquest of hearts before cities. Europe went mad with the fall of Jerusalem, sending its mightiest kings in the Third Crusade, led by Richard the Lionheart. The Palestinian shores became a theater for a clash of giants. Fierce battles raged, and the siege of Acre tightened. Yet, behind this war, there was a unique story of chivalry. When Richard fell ill, Saladin sent him fruits and ice to treat his fever. When Richard's horse was killed in battle, Saladin sent him 2 noble steeds, saying, "It is not fitting for a king like you to fight on foot." This morality is why the West wrote of Saladin before the East. He was not a hated enemy. He was a respected rival. The conflict ended with the Treaty of Jaffa. Jerusalem remained in Muslim hands, and Saladin's name became an eternal symbol of chivalry that transcends religions and languages. In 1193, Saladin passed away in Damascus. When his treasury was opened, they found no gold and no palaces. They found only a few silver coins, a single piece of gold, and the sword he used to defend the truth. He had spent all his wealth on the poor and on building the state. Saladin departed, but he left us the greatest lesson: that power without morality is arrogance, and victory without mercy is a moral defeat. He was buried in Damascus, beside its citadel, but his spirit still dwells in every minaret in Jerusalem, and in every line written about nobility and dignity. Saladin Ayyubi, the man who defeated empires and triumphed through his humanity.